What were your thoughts on the scrimmage?
Well, I liked it. There's a lot of different situations, and we're going, play count. So sometimes, it put the defense in a disadvantageous situation when they came out, and all of a sudden it's, 2nd and 1. That's not a good place to start at. Sometimes it put the teams in a good spot, 3rd and 11. So we're just running out. We're playing situations. We're working on a little bit of communication amongst the coaches with headphones. Sideline organization. It's not a real game. I know everybody thinks, even when we play the spring game, it's not going to be a real game. Quarterbacks aren't going to be live, and we're. We went from 6 to 6 plays. We're at, we've been rolling 3 and out, then we started rolling 4 and out, and I didn't want to go too high because I don't think the guys were in shape to go 8, 9, 10, 11 plays in a row. But a lot of good learning stuff, got a lot of good kicking game in. We did extra point field goal block at the beginning. We did 6 punt versus PBR. We did 3 kickoff versus kickoff return. So, you're going to see who's going to be able to transition. Some guys have a tough time going from offense to KOR or defense to kickoff. And, they're still remembering the last play, that they played rather than moving on to the next situation. So that's the other thing we're trying to practice.
Looked like the defense, in the part I saw, it looked like the defense got the better of the offense again in just the spring.
Who knows? There was probably 3-4 drives at the beginning where we're starting on the minus 35 and they're driving and then they got to stop. So, you don't know. And then we put the defense in some bad spots where they're starting on the 15. So it's it all evens out. I told our guys and our coaches, I was excited that they, there's probably 3 or 4 sacks I didn't call. There might have been even though we had the officials out there, there was a couple of those that I thought might have been some PIs out there on the perimeter. But, nobody was pouting like a baby, coaches and the players, and they just went on to the next play. You got to be like the Terminator. Schwarzenegger didn't cry like a little baby when he just went on to the next guy and got after them. So that's what you got to do.
Cornelius Dyson had a couple of interceptions. They were kind of thrown right to him, but he was in position and he made the plays. You just see his continued development as he gets more experience.
Yeah, he really could be a great player. He's got great size. He's got great want-to, good speed, good change of direction. He's just needs experience. Last year was really his first year in high school. He played more linebacker, tight end, some wide receiver, some running back. He didn't play much at 3rd level defensively. And he's got an opportunity to be a really good player. And it's important to him. He's got, he wants to get better.
A guy that hasn't done much for you for 2 years is getting a ton of reps at receiver is Tyrik Presley. It seems like he'll do some good things and then some not so good things in spring. Where is his development?
He's another guy. He's got great ability. He just has been banged up and injured. Durability is, if it's not the most important ability, it's darn close. And he's done a good job of going through the spring, and I think he's healthy right now. Knock on wood. And but he's a taller, longer guy. He's got good speed. I'll tell you one thing he does a great job of is he's great on our PBR punt return unit. He's great on kickoff return. He does a super job blocking on the perimeter. He does some of the dirty work that some receivers are not quite sure about. Right? They like catching that ball. That's their thing they like to do. But he can do that also.
When are you going to make up the one practice you missed last week?
We're probably going to do that on Monday after the final scrimmage. You get 34 days to get your practices in, and we'll see where we're at. But we're going to make it up quickly.
Are you planning on doing another scrimmage like thing next Saturday, or is this the big?
Yeah, we're going to see where our depth is at, and if we got good depth, I don't think we got anybody, hurt. A couple bumps and bruises, some feelings might have got hurt. All right, but I think otherwise our guys did an excellent job, and we should be, full strength. And I hope we're going to add a couple guys. I hope Kyron Sutton's going to be able to go next Saturday. We almost played him today, but he just wasn't quite where we needed him to be.
What is Larry Brooks' injury?
Sprained his ankle.
Okay.
He might be ready for next Saturday. Definitely the last one he should be ready. He's kind of ahead of schedule for where we thought he was 4 or 5 days ago.
Like you mentioned before, you've got 2 new coordinators this year. There's a lot of more turnover in your coaching staff than you've had before going into a spring. How much is this good for just them getting the organizational stuff?
Well, I think it's great for him. This will be the first time that Chris has called defense before, Chris Hampton, and I've been very impressed with him in meetings. Does an excellent job of addressing the troops. So this is going to be good for him. He had some guys up in the box today, and then Chip has called plays. I think he's got 4 years of play calling experience, but he hasn't done it for a year. So it's good for him to get back in the swing of things.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. Have a good weekend.